Hey everybody, STUDmuffin here. Hope you guys are having a wonderful, fantastic, lovely day. I'm going to get right into this part 3 of the Saxon campaign playthrough, but right before I do, quick little announcement. Don't forget, if you're already subscribed, go to the community post page and find the poll that I set up. I'm setting up a poll for everybody to vote on the next campaign that you guys would like to see me play. There's 4 options: Macedon, Germania, Carthage, and Armenia. So cast your vote there. If you're not subscribed, comment below, reply to the comment that I'll have posted, and you can cast your vote there. Okay, now let's get right into it here. I'm going to go ahead and end my turn. I don't think I have anything left to do here, but I will kind of give you guys a little bit of a recap. In the last part, we took over Vicus Franki, and now we have the access to build Chosen Axemen and our strongest unit, Saxon Hearth Troops. But the reason we're going to prioritize Chosen Axemen first before I do the Hearth Troops is because they get the effective against armor trait, which any kind of heavily armored infantry or horsemen or just any heavily armored unit in general, these guys will get an attack boost. I'm not sure what that boost is, but it's pretty significant because I've noticed a difference. So I'm going to prioritize that, considering most of the units I'm going up against are going to be heavily armored Roman units. And hopefully that will give me a little bit of an edge. Let's go ahead and end our turn. Become Protectorate and give August Trevorum. Oh, that's funny. Can we leverage this though? Let's take this out. Demand a payment of... We'll see if we can do... Well, let's see. What if we do 20,000? Will they accept 20,000? This is a huge number. This would be crazy if they accepted. So if you give me 20,000, I'll become your protectorate. What a protectorate does, basically I become a like city-state, client-state to the Western Romans here. And by doing so, military access is granted, given, taken. They can travel freely. I can travel freely on each other's lands, but I owe them a third of my income, if I'm not mistaken, every single turn that this stays active. So if you're going to leverage this, the enemy who is recommending this diplomacy or giving you this offer will accept if you demand money from them, because they're like, okay, becoming a protectorate or a protectorate is going to bonus us a lot, so it's worth paying you for that. But the key thing to becoming a protectorate is if you demand money and you accept this, it's only recommended to do this if you're planning on breaking the diplomacy next turn. You can do so, of course, by sending your own diplomat and breaking the diplomacy, or just attack them, declare war on them the next turn, and you're not going to end up having to pay a third of your income every turn, which is very crucial. So let's see if they accept this. Okay, they're going to give us 3,000. Nah, that's just not worth it to me, I don't think. No. Okay, suitable husband. He's old, so no. New homeland. The Huns have settled here. That's actually a pretty built-up city there. I doubt they'll stay there. At least I wouldn't think so. I actually prefer to see the Huns settle because it takes a big portion of their faction, like their horde. It, like, removes a lot of their units from their armies by settling. Okay, let's get right into the construction report here. Definitely want to start focusing on economy and some of my cities just to get my income up. That way I can build my armies higher without worrying about upkeep. Do a little retraining and constantly get more Chosen Axemen here. What is their upkeep compared to the Hearth? Oh wow, these guys are a lot more expensive. I think I'm just going to mass produce Chosen Axemen and go with that and try to beat back the Romans that way. Am I getting any kind of experience bonus here? Yes, +2. What about here? +2. Cool. Okay. Mithras +1. Okay, these guys are about to get a little bit of a boost here, but let's just lower the tax rate regardless. Okay, same with these guys. Lower that tax rate. That was 50% or 40%. I don't know why that changed so drastically. What kind of, we got a spy here. Okay, we'll have to use him. Plotter +1 to agent skill. Okay, what about our other units? Did they do have the pagan traits? I don't know where my spy is. Let me check. So here's something. If you're wondering where your agents are, you can't find them or whatever, just click your little faction logo, go to show list scroll. And then of course you got all your faction family members, your admirals in the sea. And of course it shows your settlements and it shows your agents. And so I do not actually currently have a assassin. I'm sure he probably died in a previous part of this playthrough and I forgot, but so that's how you find. And like so, you can just click on the agent and it'll take you to them just like this, which is showing him inside the city. You can click on your, your family members as well, just by clicking on them and it'll take you right to them. But that might help some of you guys. Let's see. I'm thinking about leaving my faction leader inside Vicus Franki because he's getting a ton of management bonus. And the only thing is like, he has this gloomy trait, which reduces his troop morale. He's got like superior trader, plus to farming, plus to public order, mighty war chief plus to public order. I mean, he's getting all these public order traits, which is really good for taking enemy settlements to maintain public order. But I'm sitting here thinking, I'm like, he's only got 3 command stars. Just one of them is from being the faction leader. And he's got all this discount to training cost, improving public order, etc. But if I give the soothsayer trait here, +2 morale to all troops on the battlefield, I can give him to this commander, Atelgus, which already gets the bloody trait, +1 to morale already. What's this? Decrease the cost of bribe, penalty to tax income, reduces public order. Oh, he's already got a decent amount of influence. He gets the confident command or confident attacker trait, which is +1 when attacking. And then of course the bloody gives +1 command, +1 morale. So that's already +1 morale. If I go ahead and give the faction leader the soothsayer trait, then he'll be at +3 morale, which will be actually really good. And then on top of that, my faction leader is 62 years old. So he's going to be dying in like 3, 4, 5 turns, 6 turns, something like that, around the age of 64, like most family members do. So if I go ahead and just leave him in this city, just because he gets so much, economy bonuses from governing, then I can just make this guy my main general for now, or just make my faction heir my main general, with that soothsayer ancillary. And, for your faction leader, he has the most bodyguard in his unit. Faction heir gets a bonus as well. So by choosing this guy, I'll have more morale, less cavalry. This guy will have less morale, more cavalry. So I don't know what I want to go with. I could start building this guy up because he's eventually going to be my faction leader. Or I could just make this guy my faction leader. I don't know, because the only thing is, once you remove, okay, so this might be helpful for some of you guys. You can go to your family tree, and any family member, you can literally click on their card and make them your faction heir. And whenever your faction leader dies, of course, they're gonna be your new faction leader. But I don't know. I mean, if you guys would prefer a different family member to be your heir, I mean, you can just click this. But I'm kind of having a hard time deciding if I want to keep this guy. The only thing with changing your faction heir, this guy is the current heir. If I change like this guy to the faction heir, then this guy's faction heir trait not only will disappear, of course, taking away from his influence, but it will give him a negative trait, like disinherited, I think is what it's called. When you take anyone's faction heir trait away, they get an extra trait called disinherited, which gives them like another -1 influence. So you take this away, -1 influence, he gets the disinherited, which will be -2, which will affect him pretty bad. So I might just leave him as the heir, start building him up. I think that's good because I want to eventually have 2 armies. So if I go ahead and give Soothsayer to Freywine, then I'll have him +2 morale and this guy as another general with +1 morale and decent command. So I could have 2 separate armies. And then this guy will become the heir eventually. He's next in line. So then I would have my faction leader and my heir with extra bodyguard and, 2 really good generals as well on the field. So I think I'm going to do that. I think having 2 generals, I can split off in 2 different directions, head south into Rome and head west here to Samara Breva, and down into Avaricum, Bertigala, etc., and just kind of split up my forces. But I've got to build them up drastically before I can even consider that. What about Mountain Nobles? That's not really a strong cav unit. Saxons do have the most limited cav options, probably, other than the Celts. Let's see. Don't really have anything else to build. Just going to keep recruiting. 3 more turns and I'll be able to recruit some more Chosen Axemen from Trevorum. But I think I'm going to build this 1 more unit of Chosen Axemen from Franki, and then head the army down to Alemanni. Take it. It's probably going to have some decent recruitment availability from their buildings, and most of the city is already pagan. So that would be a good city to take. So let's do a little quick save. Yeah, I like that idea. And we can send our spy in next turn, of course. Also, by letting the Romans control Vicus Alemanni, they might end up building a building that's not too bad. Like, you know, something that would benefit us before we take it. So, let's go ahead and end the turn. Okay. Coming of age. Kunrad. He literally looks... Okay, negative to farming. He literally looks the same as Freywine. Just different. It's like literally the same portrait, but give him a tattoo and turn his face the other direction. It's like... But, hey, this is actually something really cool. So, you guys just seen that this guy here, Kunrad, he became of age, and he has, like, no good traits. So something you can do to reroll your family member traits. This is, I mean, technically people would call it cheating, whatever. But for the sake of the video, let's reload our last quick save, which was at the end of last turn. And usually going back to the previous turn, quick saving right before you end your turn. And then, you know, reloading the last save. Now, if I end my turn again, it will re-roll the traits that my family member gets. So the last, you know, the last quick save that I just deviated from, it showed he had negative to farming. Well, now, look at all these traits. Oh my gosh, I got so unlucky here. Okay, minus to morale, minus to influence, +1 to command, open-handed, +1 influence, unlucky leader, +2 morale, mediocre when outnumbered. Dude, this guy has abysmal traits. So if you do this, if you reload the previous quick save and then end the turn again to kind of like re-roll like general stats when they become of age, and you don't get the desired outcome you want, if you reload the quick save again and do it again, you'll notice it won't give you any re-roll because you already did it. And for some reason, like if I do it again, I just did it, so I'm doing it again for the second time. Now, if you look, coming of age, it's literally giving me the exact same trait line, like everything that you've seen in the last one. It re-rolled it the first time, but didn't do it the second time. So how do you get another re-roll if you want to re-roll twice? So you can reload the previous quick save, like so, and somehow this triggers it. I was kind of testing this out. You can go to any of your agents, like the spy, and let's just move our spy. Let's move our spy into Alemanni. And then now we in the turn again. For some reason, by moving like family members, agents around, it'll give you another reroll, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, see, look at this. Okay, now I got a third reroll. Now he has positive, which gives him influence and morale. He's in the pink, gives him +2 in general hit points. He's a scout, war chief, got a excellent, you know, trait line. And so I was able to get that third reroll. That's killer if you guys are like, you know, not trying to hold yourself to like not cheating or anything, and you're just trying to get some good rolls, some good outcomes, then you can do something like that. And that will give you, you know, multiple rerolls until you find something you're, you know, happy with or you feel, you know, content. So that's really cool. All right, let's go ahead and send our faction heir. Let's do, I don't want to send all my archers, but I'm going to need a huge army to deal with this. So, and I'm not worried about public order because my faction leader is going to give me a huge buff on public order when I take my army out. I'm not worried about the public order from the garrison I'll be receiving. So let's do 5 archers. We'll do 5 Saxon keel. We'll do... These guys do not have Pila, but they will be good against Cav. So what if I leave the mercenary golden band in? Or actually, no. I'm just going to take everyone. Why not? So let's do this. Do the chosen axeman and the gold. Or no, let's do the chosen axeman last. And then we'll do this. Perfect. And then these guys, 51 and 80, they're such low numbers that, you know, they're more likely to waver, rout, cause a mass rout since it's on very hard battle difficulty. So I'm just going to merge these guys, hitting the M key. And now they're 1 unit of 131, which will make them a lot more stable in battle. Let's move our family member in. We could move him in the army just for more cavalry, which could be helpful. But I'm not super concerned with that at the moment. Let's just keep him in the city, retrain him, train more chosen axemen. Can we train archers from here? No. We can train some spearmen and archers from here. Oh my goodness. Relius, Aetius. I'm worried about that for sure. So let's just train up some levy spears just to have them in my army. We'll train up our chosen axemen, so we'll do 2 units of levy spears. And we'll do... we could do like 5 archers. Just having a ton of archers is going to help us a lot with lowering the enemy's morale. I don't think I want to hire from anywhere else. It's going to take them a while to get down from here anyway. As soon as this is done next turn, I can start building decent barracks there. I'm worried about getting attacked by the Burgundy. The Burgundii. But we shall see what happens. I'm able to start recruiting very soon. Probably as soon as I take this. Okay, they only have a Legion barracks, so it's not going to be a whole lot of... the Legion barracks for the Romans is the same as the Hall of Heroes for me. And the Hall of Heroes for me does not give me the chosen axeman. So, unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to get a very decent outcome here. But they do have the catapult range, which will give me archers with 2 XP. So that'll be nice. What about Frigg? Improves farming and food production. That'll be decent for income and population growth. I don't think I get any... Yeah, no special troops from the Bardic Circle. They have the Warlord staples, so that's kind of good. I wonder if they'll complete any building next turn. That would be nice. It's one less thing I would have to build. What am I building here? That's going to give me extra XP. That'd be nice. Okay, let's quick save. What about the construction report? Did I miss something? Yes, I did. Perfect. Okay, let's do this just to grow the city faster. Jack the tax rate up. We could do... I don't really want to hire any more Saxon kill at the moment just to save on my... Well, we could do here. Let's do 3 here. Just to jack the tax rate up higher. And we'll be recruiting from there, so public order will go up. Okay, we're good for now. I'm going to quick save. Do we have any good mercenaries? We do not. Cool. Quick save and in turn. Okay, we got a Frankish spy. Trade rights from the Lombards. I'll accept that. I don't think they're going to give me any money for it. What about Eastern Romans? Trade rights. They should give me some money. Make single payment. What about 2,000? Will you give me 2,000 for that? No, you will not. Okay. Construction report. Now we can finally build... Oh, wow. A dockyard. I forgot. Yeah, the Saxons get a 3rd tier dockyard as a building option, which the fleet's available for the dockyard. I don't even have the availability to trade with 6 different places, so that's kind of a waste. Let's see. Let's do the 100-man hall. Yeah, let's do that. And Colonia will build the farm, bring the tax rate up higher, more archers. What about Vicus Franki? We could do the royal stables just to have the cavalry option. That's what I'll do. Retrain the chosen axemen. Nice. We got this large Roman army here. They have camel raiders. Where did they hire those? They somehow have a desert mercenary unit in their army. I am wondering where they got that from. Committed 10 says, 2 units of those, and then of course the crossbowmen. A little bit worried about that, but not too bad. That's where having horsemen would become, or would be nice. I'm going to hire this unit of mercenary golden band, and I'm going to send them up to Vicus Franki to retrain. And then, okay, let's go ahead and besiege this city. Vicus Alemanni. Let's do saps. Yes, we'll do 3. 3 saps. Save. And we're not missing anything, I don't think. Okay. Suitable husband. Good commander. Alfswind. Yeah, this guy's a good commander. Young. Perfect. I like that. Oh, we got another son. Harulfus. Good ambusher. Has like not really many good traits, but I like that. Cool. This guy looks cool. Alright, we'll make him a commander one day. Construction report, Campus Frissy. Wotan would be decent. Would be nice. We'll do the walls first, just for the public order bonus. Guys to Trevorum. I can finally start recruiting some chosen axemen from here. Decrease to my penalty on tax income, but I am getting the public order bonus. So, in the mining bonus, I don't even know if I have mines here. I don't even think I have mines here. But we'll have to keep that in mind. Keep that in mind, brother. That's a funny reference. So, as soon as I get a city with potential to build mines, I'll have to move him into it to get the +10 bonus to mining. And let's do... Don't really want to... I could build royal cavalry stables just for having 2 places with the recruitment to mounted nobles, but I think income is more important at the moment because I am recruiting very frequently. This guy looks like he's about to attack me. Keep building chosen axemen. Oops, already got 1 unit trained up. So I don't really know what he has. A lot of mercenaries, looks like. Hopefully he's just got an army full of Limitanier. I don't want to see any committed Tenseis. They are way harder to deal with. Got a Caius Flavius here. He has no command. Hopefully he has negative morale. That'd be nice. Okay, they do have Mercenary Veterani, which are some of the most dangerous units in the game when it comes to mercenaries. Their morale is not like amazing, but if you're playing on very hard, the enemy already gets a boost to morale anyway. So good luck like trying to break these guys on very hard difficulty, unless you just have like some really good outcomes. But they have a insane amount of melee and missile attack with the Pila and the swords they have, and then of course their armor, shield, defense, like 31 on total defense. These guys are insane, but they cost a ton to upkeep, like 442 to upkeep if I hire them. But if you look at my Saxon kill, 115, and then my chosen action 130. These are mercenaries, not a full stack. 180 would be a full stack, but even then these guys would only be like 180. So I mean 442 compared to 180, they cost like 3 times more to upkeep. Tancred's coming toward me. I have armies everywhere. So this is going to be a battle fest. Do I want to hire any more? Let's go ahead and hire these archers. Yes, I think that'll be it. Okay, let's get right into this battle here. Just the committed Tenseis and the Limitanier, so they don't really have much of a defending force. Looks like they took those units out of the fort there and down into their town below where this army is, because I've seen 2 armies there. So that might be a little bit unsettling, but I am recruiting chosen axemen left and right. So hopefully I can recruit enough to where I can put up a decent defense against the Franks and anyone else. Where's my saps? Okay, cool. We'll just line up our whole army here. 2 places should be fine. I'm not worried about that one. And plus, this tower is, you know, at a, not a vertical or horizontal, but a diagonal, like, range. So it's going to be shooting around this area, which these 2 towers should be the only thing I have to worry about, which I'm thinking about just going through here to avoid less tower damage. Or avoid more tower damage would be the correct way to say it. I could just use my Saxon kill to bum rush the whole entire town, which would make it easier to retrain, but I kind of want to see these chosen axemen in action. Do they have a tight formation? No, they do not. I want to check these guys out. This is the, I think, the Darthmod version of these guys. The chosen axemen here. These guys look insane. Their vocals. Like, stinking rats! Stinking rats! Okay. Death! Death! Alright. Let's move these guys out of the way. I'm going to try out these chosen axemen just because I'm curious. But here's another thing. So if you're curious, like for instance, I've got these saps here, but I'm like, okay, I can't remember which units have the ability to sap or not. Like I know these Saxon kill do, but I'm like, well, what if I can sap with these chosen axemen? But you don't know if they can. Well, instead of like having to try it all out in the once the battle starts, before you start the battle, while you're setting up your deployment, you can just right click on any of these unit cards and it will show you if they have the ability to sap. And yes, the chosen axemen do. So these guys can sap. I think I'm just going to sap with my chosen axemen. Just like this. And move them back. And let's have my faction leader here for support. Just in case. Okay. Move the saps in. Run. These guys look sick. Yes, sir. These saps are pretty awesome because a lot of the time, the enemy will set up their men on the walls right in front of where your saps are. And the AI is so stupid sometimes that they'll leave their men on these walls. And when your saps come through and the walls start crumbling and fall, there'll be a big section from like here to here that completely tumbles to the ground, of course, which is why the saps are so good. They open up a section in the wall for you to just walk into the city. But the AI is so stupid. They'll just leave their men standing there when the walls crumble, and they'll lose like a third to a half of the stack, like a lot of the times, from that unit card they have, and that's actually very helpful. Getting free kills like that. Let's fast forward this. So you see them digging there. It's a little weird. Little bit of a weird, like, design there with that. Like it's real, like low pixel rate. Very blurry. But I guess for its time, it don't look too bad. This game is very old. Okay, now the walls will crumble, leaving the city open. Which path do we want to take? I'd say we could go up here through the city. I think I'm going to go this direction. But in order to do so, once I make it into the city, I'm going to send my chosen axemen up on the walls, send them across. Or no, let's do that with the Saxon kill. Because I'm going to have to wait on these guys to come back out anyway. So let's do that with the Saxon kill, get them up on the walls, just to take over the towers so I'm not taking tower damage. I'll send them on down here, and that should be all I need to do. Not worried about taking tower damage from this, because they can only shoot like right here, and I'm not going to be going that direction anyway. We'll go this direction and come up through this little area here, probably this direction here, And that'll bring us out to the town center here. But this is really cool. So in Barbarian Invasion, in case you guys didn't know, the reason I love Barbarian Invasion so much is because all Barbarian factions now, they have the option to not just have a large town or a minor city option. Now they have a large city and a huge city, which you remember the Barbarian factions, their cities never were this big. But now you have all these huge Barbarian cities that are amazing. And that means you also have more, like, you know, tier 4 and tier 5 buildings, which is really cool. That's the only reason that I never really enjoyed playing the original RomeTotalWar Barbarian factions. Yeah, they had a cool unit roster a lot of the times, but they only had up to tier 3 buildings, which was very discouraging. Like, I was very sad about that, because then you're kind of limited on your economy options and many other things, which they tried to balance that out by making it to where all your barbarian units had less upkeep, etc., and were, you know, a lot stronger for the early game, mid game. Even though you didn't get any tier 4 or tier 5 upgrades, they made them a little bit stronger just from the tier 1 through 3 upgrades you got. Just many things. I mean, they tried to balance it out, but I was still just, you know, I was sad about that, being kind of limited to tier 3. Okay. We're going to send our chosen axemen in. Yeah, I didn't think the tower had range on us there. These guys just, I love to watch them. They have such good colors. Good design with the shields. Those shields just look amazing. Okay. Saxon Keel have taken over the towers, so we're safe now. Let's move our general in just to get a little bit of a morale boost to the chosen axemen, even though they have a lot more starting morale compared to my other Saxon troops, like the Saxon Keel. As you've seen in the previous part 1 of my Saxon playthrough, where I had that large battle to take over the first Roman settlement, and, you know, just a unit of Limitaniae threw their spears, and they did a cavalry charge with Federati cavalry, which are like the weakest cavalry in the game, and then of course the Limitaniae, the javelins, and the combination of one unit of javelins throwing their javelins, or basically one unit of Limitania throwing their javelins, and then that one Federati cav charge. They broke 5 units of my Saxon Keel that were full stack, like full stack, no damage at all. And then they started throwing the javelins from the Limitania, did the cav charge with the Federati, and all 5 units broke immediately. Like, didn't even put up a fight. Of course, I probably could have moved my general up closer to them, but, you know, I was like, this was my first time doing very hard battle difficulty, so I didn't realize the gravity of just how much it affects your troop morale. It's insane. Okay. I kind of want to give them time to rest. They're tired. I think I'll give them time to rest. Let's pause them. Bring our general up. I'm going to turn this on triple speed and wait till these guys are rested up. Okay, as you can see, these guys are showing they're warmed up, which is the last stage before they become fresh again. As soon as they become fresh, I'm going to move them up. This unit is already fresh, and these guys, it's only a matter of a few seconds before they're fresh as well. But I'm thinking about setting my men up just in like a straight line here, 2 units of chosen axemen, bring my cavalry in from behind, charge them or something like that. That seems like a decent plan. These guys are still warmed up, taking a little bit longer. Impetuous, that's going to be good for morale and stuff like that. Maybe, I can't remember exactly what Impetuous does. It's either like a morale boost or a stamina boost or something. But let's see, something like that. Just to kind of have a wider formation to wrap around the enemy. But I don't know. Let's get as close to the line as possible. Just like that. And run them in. And then, of course, I'll bring my cav in too. These committed tenseis are pretty tough, but compared to chosen axemen, I'm sure they'll get shredded. These guys do have leather armor, I think, so they might not get the bonus against the leather armor, unfortunately. So maybe these Limitania put up a little bit of a better fight than I expected. Now they're about to throw their javs in. Did take a few casualties there. Whoa, he just charged in there. Halt. And the reason I'm going to halt is so that I get the war cry bonus. The war cry. Just like that. Bring our cav in. Run him in. Nice. Charge war cry. Just like that. And then, what are we doing here? Are we getting some decent... Okay, yeah, these guys not getting the bonus. Let's charge. Cav in here. Just like that. Charge. I'm glad that they're eager, though. Like, they're not routing. I expected, you know, a unit of 46 to rout, considering it's very hard difficulty. But with the current state of affairs, Chosen Axemen have a really good amount of public, or not public order, but a really good amount of morale, I guess would be the correct word. These guys are down to 50. Nice. This turned out to be a decent engagement. Even though it's very hard, I mean, we're making some progress here. What are we at? 50? Where's our general? I don't want to lose him. I don't know where he is, but yeah, we're doing good. Okay, cool. Well, that could have been worse. So the Chosen Axemen did not get the bonus against the Limitanier because they had leather armor, but we were still able to wipe them with what we had. So I'm happy with that. That's cool. We'll have to retrain them, of course. Seems like in very hard difficulty, it's also a lot harder to get general traits. Occupy. Yes. I don't think they built anything. No. Alright, repair. We'll do the 100-man haul right away. Jack the tax rate up to very high. And then, of course, these guys do need retrained eventually. That army will attack me too. I could send them up now, but I might keep them just for the time being in that area, just in case I need them. Okay, Chosen Axeman, Chosen Axeman. Okay. These guys are coming in. I don't know if I'm going to be able to defend that army with what I got. Or defend against that army. Quick save. Okay. We'll do another battle or two. Okay, we got attacked by the Franks. What do they got? Heavy sword here band. Dude, my Chosen Axemen are going to shred these guys. Okay. Repair complete. Stone wall. That'll be helpful. Did we recruit? I can't remember if we recruited last turn. I'm going to recruit just for the sake of public order. Or actually, no. My income is not the best right now, so I'm going to wait. Okay, so let's go ahead and do this battle against the Franks. We have 3 Chosen Axemen, 1 unit of Golden Band, 3 Cav. What does he have? I could get my spy up here. Check this out. Okay, so he's tight-fisted. Gets no command or morale bonus, so that's going to be helpful for me. So he's got sword here band, 3 units of levy spears, and then he's got 2 units of heavy spear or sword band, and then he's got the archers and 1 unit of cav. But he's got the paladin cav, which are actually dangerous. Let's bring the Chosen Swordsman in here, or Chosen Axeman in here, just to give me a little bit of a extra leg up. Okay, quick save, and we'll do the battle. Nice, we got the reinforcement army. Hopefully with 4 units of Chosen Axes, the Mercenary Golden Band, and 3 units of General Cav. Hopefully I can, you know, defend this pretty easily. I'm going to have to be really careful, though. Even though my Golden Band and my Chosen Axemen have better morale, they still get, the enemies still get that +7 attack, +7 morale from being very hard difficulty. So, let's bring my Chosen Axemen here, my Golden Band, and my 3 Cav. But this is the faction leader's Cav. So he's got a huge bodyguard. And he's got some chevrons. Do I want to set him up in a... Yeah, let's do a more narrow formation. Just like that. Yeah. We'll do something like that. Okay. Where is my reinforcement coming? They're coming from here. So we'll send them over immediately. I'm going to fast forward this just to wait until they get to my army. Okay, let's move our men forward. Let's move our cav out. I don't want to get too close here because they do have the archers. Something I'm thinking about doing for like a little strategy to prevent them from getting the high ground. I might line up my men in a different way. What if are they going to rush down toward me? I don't think they are. Let's move my men this direction. Let's move my cav over. Just like so. Okay. Something I'm thinking about trying. Of course, just to maintain or to prevent the hill advantage. Let's get as much of the hill advantage that we can. And then, of course, bring our cav up here like so. Then run them forward. Okay, so what I'm thinking about doing is moving my mercenary golden band in first to take the brunt of the missile damage. Or I could just send everybody in at once. I'm thinking I'll send everybody in at once just to... Oh, geez. Oh, geez. The archers are picking these guys off. Okay, let's do this. Let's do war cry and charge the levies. And then let's charge up like this and war cry. Let's war cry first, actually. Let's send our cav this direction. I'm going to try to really focus this area and get the side advantage and then push on and get the downward hill advantage just to take advantage of whatever I can. Let's see here. So doing that, we will unpause, do a war cry as soon as possible, charge. These guys have shields, so they will take less missile damage. Moving these guys up in the front, they will not get as much of the missile damage, and I'll be able to retain more men. Okay, that did not work out. War cry, war cry, war cry. Send these guys up. Charge through. That did not work out at all. Charge, 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 charge. These guys have terrible pathfinding. Charge through, please. What is this guy doing? Get out of there, dude. Gosh. Charge them from behind. Get the hill advantage. Attack here. Attack here. Attack here. Get these guys in from behind there. Good. We got the route. Now if we can kill his general, we'll be set. Kill the general. I want to prevent these guys from coming in. War cry. Sword here ban. Hopefully I get the kill on his general. And once I do that, I'll be good. I'll get the massive route, or the massive reducing his public, or his units' morale, if I can speak correctly. Come on, kill his general, please. Just kill his general, brother. Where are my actual... Okay, this guy needs to get out of there. He is taking damage, for sure. This guy is trapped. He's gonna die. He's literally gonna die. Yes, we killed the enemy warlord. Slain by your brave warriors. I need to try to get this guy out if I can. Okay. Chosen Axeman attack there. These guys are routed. Come down. I'll send these guys in the gap. Okay, cool. Now I can send these guys back in. Nice, we got a massive rout. Let's clean them all up. Clean these guys up. Chosen Axeman, do your war cry. Do your thing, girl. War cry here. Send in the levies. I'm going to try to keep this guy out of the fight just because he's taken so much damage already. Okay. Even if we lose a couple units of chosen swords, hopefully it won't be too bad. Okay. Do this. Nice. Clean them up. 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 Wipe them out. We should probably keep this guy up here for routed units. Yes. Perfect. 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 I'll come down here. I'm surprised. These chosen axemen are actually lasting pretty long. And my commander's morale boost is not very significant at all. Let's get these guys here and do a massive charge. Massive charge. Nice, we got the rout. And that's it. Take that. Do the triple speed and demolish, brother. Phew. My goodness. That was a doozy. Honestly, did not know if I was going to come out of that one for a second. But I think the strategy worked. There we go. We'll route up these last few units here. The hunters will get demolished. They're taking like no casualties from that tower. Alright, almost dead. Man, I'm happy with that. That turned out really well. I was actually nervous.
This is a great victory.
There we go. Nice, we had a good outcome. We were outnumbered and got the good outcome. So hopefully we get a good ancillary from this. It's far better to have a stout heart always and suffer one's share of evils than to be ever fearing. I didn't catch the last part. Who's this guy? Opius Claudanius? Or Claudanus? This guy looks cool. Look at him. Very masculine looking. He's like, I will lead the Romans to victory for the Empire, for the Republic. He looks masculine. That's what he looks like he would sound like. It's usually the least expected sound too. You get a general that looks, or you'll get like a masculine man. He'll be like, let's go into battle. Like have like the most like high-pitched voice. And then like your, guys you would think would have a high-pitched voice. You're like, yes, sir. Holy cow. This dude has Grawl Knights. These guys are the strongest mercenary cav unit in the game. They are insane. But once I get this area, I'll be able to hire them myself. So this is terrifying. So not only do we have 2 large Roman armies in the south, we have 2 large Roman armies in the west. This is literally terrifying. But thank God that we have chosen axemen, brother. We lost 1 unit, didn't we? Retrain. I'm gonna start training up Saxon Hearth troops. Just because they're going to be better against the Limitanier. What can we do here? I'm going to send these guys up to retrain. And they can join that army. I'm wondering what all's going to be in this army. I think somewhat of a weaker army, to be honest. But if he starts sending up some more strong units from Rome. Like these guys here are probably going to be insanely powerful. Rome has the ability to recruit some insanely strong units like Plumetarii, Auxilia Platina, just a bunch of strong units. I'm hoping that... Who's this? Gothic fashion leader? The Goths. I'm kind of hoping, which it doesn't look to appear so, I was kind of hoping that the Huns would send up their hordes into Rome to occupy them for me. Doesn't look like that's going to happen. And then the Vandals, they're almost wiped. Sarmatians are about to turn into a horde faction probably. The Roxolani are actually doing good. They have 3 territories. That's crazy. It's kind of cool. Makes the playthrough a little interesting. Although the Eastern Roman Empire has wiped out the Sassanids, dude. Holy cow. The Eastern Roman Empire has completely wiped out the Sassanids. That is insane. These guys are going to be crazy to deal with later. I would say they'll start taking all of this area. I would assume I'll probably end up meeting them around here, to be honest. But we shall see. The Western Roman Empire is quite the challenge and very hard. And the Celtic forces are really not doing anything. This army actually was from, Londinium here, and they literally sent them across the ferry here. So now I'm just, oh wow, okay, so we're taking negative trade from these guys. Let's go ahead and dispose of them. Take advantage of that. Train up some more archers. We'll do everything we can do at this point. We don't really have anything else we can do there. What about here? Jack the tax rate up. Leave this guy in there as a manager, I guess. We'll go ahead and start training up some archers for him. Start up a 3rd army here, maybe. What about this place? Can I do anything much from here? Might as well train up some more spears. I'm going to need every unit I can get, to be honest. My income is probably going to suffer, though. But it is fine. We are positive. Very positive right now. Okay. I think that's going to be it. So, yeah, we were able to take Vicus Alemanni. We are going to prepare for part 4 of the Saxon playthrough, where I fight off these 4 large Roman armies. I am actually terrified, to be honest with you. But we're going to try to see what we can do. Try to pull something off. But yeah, our faction is doing pretty well right now. We got some decent generals in here. Decent family tree there. And our armies are coming along well. We just need the option for training better cav. And that should cover all of our weaknesses. But yeah, so without further ado, I will see you guys in the next part 4 rather, of the Saxon playthrough. Hope you guys have a wonderful, blessed evening, and catch you in the next one.